Hey, Lake listeners, thanks for tuning in to more of Season 5 with our Grow, Thrive, Inspire podcast, a podcast created to help you grow both personally and professionally, to thrive with clear goals and visions, and to inspire. If you're a full-time resident here at Lake of the Ozarks, or just a part-time fellow visitor, or you hope to be either in the future, we know that you're going to love this episode as much as we do. Today on the show, we're super excited to highlight a senior mortgage banker today with over 26 years within her industry. She believes that her niche is in her customer experience and not just any certain type of loan. It's my pleasure to welcome my new friend, Miss Brandi Martin with Flat Branch Home Loans. Brandi, thank you so much for being here today. Thanks for letting us come and do this show. I'm excited to talk about you and just our industry and get to know you a little bit more.
Thank you so much for having me. I've watched all of your episodes, I think.
Oh, awesome.
And it's exactly what it says. It's inspiring. I love it. Thank you. I'm pretty honored to be here for sure.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, Brandi, let's just start and kick it off like normal and tell our listeners just a little bit more about yourself and kind of where you got the passion to do what you do.
Absolutely. So it's kind of a funny story. I was a teller at a bank. I was about 23 years old. Had no earthly idea what I was going to be when I grew up, just working at the bank. But I had this person, this gentleman that would always come in and he would stand in my line no matter how long it was and wait for me to wait on him. So one day he's like, I want you to work for me. And I'm like, well, what do you do? He did home loans. And honestly, it was like the best decision I have ever made. So I honestly kind of fell into being a loan officer, but once I got there and I started learning everything, it was so intriguing, and it felt so good just to help people. Mm-hmm. So it all goes back to that Chuck Taylor that hired me when I had no idea probably what a mortgage was at that point.
Well, I love that story because I was actually a bank teller. That's kind of just how I got into real estate industry. Was I worked at a bank forever, but they always kept pushing me, on the teller line, oh, you should consider lending, you should do that. And I'm like, lending is not my thing. So I know it takes a very special person to get into that. So
Thank you.
So you, speaking of Flat Branch Home Loans here, you guys do more than just home loans, right? So can you explain more about how having a senior mortgage broker or banker in your back pocket is a good thing?
Absolutely. So, we're just experienced in only home loans. That's all we do is we do home loans. We do every type of loan as far as conventional, FHA, USDA, VA. We're not like a bank. We don't do car loans and other things. So we focus on just that. And, one of the things that we really pride ourselves in is helping people with credit repair. So it's just a huge thing that we do right now is definitely helping people, get their credit in line so they know what to do to be able to buy a house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, and you say that your customer service experience is one of your niches. That's something that you pride yourself in. And with over 26 years of experience, I'm sure you've had time to perfect that a little bit. But can you elaborate more on just kind of what that looks like here when a client comes in?
Sure. So it's not a file to us. It's a family. Mm-hmm. So we just want to give them, they're giving us all of their information, their social security number, their bank statements, their W-2s. That's a huge deal. We're into their whole private, personal information. So we just really strive to make sure that experience is top notch, that from beginning to end, they're informed once a week. We make sure we update them by phone or text, whatever they like. And then each time a file hits a milestone, say it goes from processing to underwriting, they get an email and it has a cute little video. Mm-hmm. And it just explains okay, your file's going to processing. This is what's happening now. Now your file's going to underwriting. This is what's happening now. Mm-hmm. And then to closing, and then clear to close is the best one.
Right.
And it explains that. So yeah, and all the realtors, listing agents, it goes to listing agents, buyers, and the selling agent. And they love it. They do.
That's awesome. Yeah. I can see how providing a better experience through the whole process can make it really come together in the end. So I love that. You're also heavily involved in your community, which is one of my favorite things about you. You are a part of tons of local organizations like the Chambers, BNI, Lodo, Women's Council of Realtors, kind of just to name a few off the top of my head. But one that I really want to focus on today, though, is the giving branch that you offer through here. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so I'm actually on the board of the Giving Branch, and what the Giving Branch is every employee with Flat Branch has the opportunity, if they would like to donate 1% of our income.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think we have maybe around 78% of around 700 employees that donate to the Giving Branch. And then we have different regions. So in every region, so I can't think of all of them, but like Kansas City, St. Louis, around Springfield, so that's like the southern region. We have offices in Iowa, Oklahoma, Arkansas. So we take those funds, and if someone is in need, then we can distribute those funds to them. So we've done a lot of things for people, that are fighting cancer or the loss of a loved one. Anything. And you can you can find us on Facebook at, it's just the Giving Branch, I think is what it is on Facebook. And then that'll take you to the website, but you can apply or apply for a friend. And then we look at all the applications and determine, what we can do for someone.
Right.
But it's just a great thing that Flat Branch came up with, I think, in 2019.
I love that. Yeah, because then you're able to say that, you give back to the community, you do all of the things. Like, that is amazing. It reminds me a lot of our charitable foundation through Remix.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes, so much like that.
So what do you love about being so involved, though, in all of those organizations?
Gosh, I love just meeting people. I've met so many people. I've only been at the lake for 5 years. Best decision I ever made, but it's just nice to meet the people, to be around positive, inspiring people in those groups, and just to learn from them and help them grow their business. And when you help someone grow their business, they're going to help grow your business in return.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things, especially about our local chambers, because I'm also heavily active. But I love just how they give the whole camaraderie a chance, bring all of the business owners together, and give everybody a chance to really get out there and talk about what they're doing and how they're affecting the community. So
yeah, they do. And another thing is like, they bring all of the realtors together. So we're all friends. Most of all the realtors and the lenders, we're all in this together, and we're friends. And I think that's great with BDAR and the chambers too.
So switching to some industry questions for a second, can we talk about just a couple things, but one that comes to mind is like renting now versus owning for a second. Like what is some advice there?
Yeah, so that is a super big topic. There's not a lot of places to rent right now here and nationwide. So rent has gone up a lot. I think I looked, and the average had gone up almost 10% from last year to this year. I think it was like nationwide it was like 9.75, and now it's like 11.20 or something like that. So, what you're doing when you're renting, you are just paying that person's mortgage. You're paying that mortgage for them. When you own your own home, it's a savings account. You're gaining that appreciation. You're making your payment. Your rent won't go up, your payment won't go up unless taxes and insurance go up. But your rent can go up at any time. So just for an example, let's say you bought a $100,000 home. Average appreciation has been about 4%. So first year you've got a savings account of $4,000. Now, if you're lucky enough to buy in the last few years, that was about 15-20% appreciation. But that's going to happen. The ups and downs of appreciation are going to happen. We still don't have enough housing, but if you can get in there and get a home bought, it's so much better than renting.
Well, I love that. Now, what about like interest rates, inflation? What's some information there that you can provide?
Yeah, so the big question is, oh my gosh, people call me all the time, text me, like, what are they doing? Why are they raising mortgage rates 3/4 of a point and 1%? So rates are going to be by 8% by the end of the year. So it's not mortgage rates.
Right, right.
So inflation is obviously super high right now. So they have to get that under control. And so when you raise the Fed rate, which is like going to affect credit cards, probably car loans, those short-term things, it is going to affect those things, but it isn't like the 1% is not directly towards mortgage rates. Yes, because inflation is so high, mortgage rates have gone up because inflation, if it's high, mortgage rates are going to go high. So by the Fed raising that Fed rate, it's going to bring inflation down eventually, which will bring mortgage rates back down. I mean, I don't think we're going to get lucky enough to see 2s or 3s, but it is going to come back down for sure.
So what you're saying is that when the Fed raises that's typically something positive because it will eventually adjust the mortgage aspect.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. That's one thing that I never really understood about it. So
yeah, and so there is a fear too of a recession, which is going to happen, but the housing market, if you look at the housing market from, I don't know, like they'll say 1950 to now, a recession, actually housing is strong through a recession, always.
Yeah, and historically that's been the case. I mean, other than, I think, 2 instances, one being 2008. I mean, so yeah, that's really positive information. I got a few more questions for you. What would help your business right now?
Oh gosh, this is perfect to help my business. Just to get our name out there. I mean, I've grown my team, and
I will say, when you guys had that social here with 107.9 or whatever, and we came, I had no idea that your office was here, so I was really fortunate to figure out where you were.
A lot of people say that, so we got our new sign out there, so hopefully that's helping. But yeah, I just want to, continue to grow our business, be there to help clients and help them through the home process.
Awesome. Well, what has you excited for the upcoming 3 to 5 years?
My team. They're amazing. I love my team. I love my girls. I've always tried to do everything myself. And I've always looked for the right person, and I've had a few, and I've had some great people. But it gives me goosebumps. I finally feel like I have the people on my team that, are going to help me grow. And I'm excited to teach them the industry.
Yes.
My new assistant, Kaylen, she hasn't been in the industry before, so it's really exciting to see her learn and grow. My daughter, she works for me, Maddie, but she has heard mortgage lingo since she was in my stomach, so
I'm sure.
She helps us with marketing. So that, in my next 3 to 5 years, I just can't wait to see what happens with our team.
That's awesome. So I got one last question. It's kind of a rapid fire that I love to ask every guest, as I'm sure you've known if you've listened to our episodes, but 3 parts rapid fire. Ready? In what way, either personally or professionally, would you like to grow more?
Personally, just keep doing, meeting people here at the lake and just learning more and being in the community. I enjoy that. Professionally, just teaching and growing the company, growing our team, and helping clients get into their homes.
Love it. And what area do you feel like you're thriving?
I finally feel like we're thriving in, obviously you can tell I'm so excited. Like, we're thriving with our team. We all click. We all love what we're doing. And so I feel like that is finally where we're thriving.
I love it. Finally, what inspires you?
Oh gosh, definitely my family. That's totally my why. They inspire me to do better and be better. positivity, like, is huge to me too. You know, I'm at the age where if it's not positive, I'm out.
Yep.
You know, like, I want to be around like-minded, positive people that just want to do good things.
I feel that so hard within me because I'm very much the same way. So, well, Grow, Thrive, Inspire listeners, we could not be more thankful to Brandi and her team for allowing us to come here and check out Flat Branch Home Loans and all that you have going on. If you're interested in contacting Brandi and or her team, Brandi, how can they get a hold of you?
So you can reach us at the office at 573-693-0061. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or you can email us at bmartin@fbhl.com.
And be sure to tune back on Wednesdays and like and subscribe to all of our pages as well if you want to continue seeing these awesome episodes and learning more about the Lake of the Ozarks and just local businesses and information going on here. And we have more episodes coming, so be sure to tune back on Wednesdays and like and subscribe to all of our platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, all of them. And remember to always grow, thrive, and inspire, and we'll catch you next time.
Woo!